Hello and welcome to our Learn Python 5 Minutes a Day series. This is lesson 4 where we're going to learn how do I display the results of a Python program, how do I make my output easier to read, and then we're going to see this in action. My print. Computing is only half the job, other half is presenting it. Think of it as your homework that has been given to you by your teacher. They only gave you a statement. Now you have to solve the problem and present your homework in a format that you have been asked to do. That is what print does. That you are trying to create an output that the other person can read it in a more clear manner. Let's see how this works. Let's see how we can use print statement to print the input and output for a problem of computing velocity. We're going to start by declaring our variable where we say distance is 20.25, time is equal to 3.5. Let's start by printing a very simple, the purpose of this problem, which is computing velocity. Notice we have not performed any computation. All we have done is printed the purpose. Let's organize this output in a nice manner. We're going to print is dash lines to separate the problem statement. Now let's start by printing our variable. We're going to print first distance. See that now it says 20.25. The person who's reading the output, they saw 20.25, but they really don't know what this 20.25 is. Is it age? Is it height? Is it distance? Is it time? That means we need to make it clear to the person who is reading your results. We're going to use the Python statement feature. We're going to comma separate the static string from the variable. We say distance. Now you see it's much better. Still, it is not very clear. Distance is equal to 20.25, but the person who's reading, they don't know, is it miles, kilometers, centimeters, meters? Now we're gonna append our units to it. Now this looks much cleaner and better. Says distance is equal to 20.25. Now let's print time as well. Time, and we're gonna say we're using minutes. Now that we have completed the printing the statement and the two variables, we're gonna now compute our velocity, and by using our division operator that we learned in lesson number 3, where velocity is equal to distance divided by time, and we are going to print velocity units are miles per minutes. Let's print. Perfect. But here is a little problem that you can see that the velocity has been computed in a lot of decimal places. This is fine for computation because you need to make sure that the number is as accurate as possible. But a person who's reading the results, they may only be interested in only 1 or 2 decimal places. How do we fix it? Python provides a feature called f string formatted string. In this case, when we print, we start with the lowercase f. We say velocity equal. We're going to use, in this case, curly braces are used to put the variable that we are trying to print. After that, we tell Python that 0.2f, that means that we are only interested only up to 2 decimal places when you print this variable. What do we have? Perfect. Now you can see that velocity has been printed as 5.79, much better. But there may be a case that a person, or the requirement is that they're not interested in seeing any decimal places. They just want to see as a whole number. We're still going to use the f string. You may have guessed it by now that we're going to say we don't want to see any decimal places, means 0f. Perfect. Now you can see velocity is displayed as 6 miles per minute. Now you can see that we have used a very simple but a very powerful print statement to display our input and output to the reader in a manner that is clear to them, and it serves the purpose and conveys the outcome of your program. There is more features for the print statement. We're going to learn as we go along in our lessons, but for now, this is what we have, what we're going to do with our print statement. Thank you for learning with us. Do like and subscribe our channel. If you want more information, do visit our website. Till next lesson, take care. Goodbye.